stuff like that. I should just make my own headsets from parts of other people's headsets. Huh, Ma?
Yeah.
Should we turn on these little lights? It's daytime, so the ambiance might fall away. Oh. There we go. Alright. It's gonna make a noise if it falls. That's better. Did I leave it on all night? Yep. I forget to turn that off. I'm spreading myself too thin. I need to get stuff to dust. That's why like trinkets are kind of freaking a double-edged sword, because they're so cool to have, but then like there's dust that accumulates, so I got that. It's just something else to put in the mix of things to do to keep clean, right? They should have little mini blowers. Where's my fan? I know I got a handheld fan someplace. Maybe that would help, just so I wouldn't have to move stuff. I don't care if it get knocked on, because I vacuum, so I'm always doing the floors, trying to keep this place clean.
You do a good job.
How you doing today, Ma? You slept good and all that jazz?
Live
Live
and well.
and well? Not just one?
Not just one.
That's good. I guess you couldn't be one without the other. Well, you could be the other without the one? Alright, let's turn this fan on. We'll get this going. I just made an appointment to go in town about noon and meet somebody. So, we'll go meet Religion. Reg. Let's turn this on. After a while, after my talk, I'm doing a talk right now. I'm just turning this on, because it's going to start getting stagnant in here.
Stanley away.
Huh?
Is Stanley away?
No, the Stanley's not up in that. Stanley's back in here sleeping. I got to get another blackout curtain for him here. He's back here on the chair.
It's okay.
It looks like Stanley because there's a pillow up there, but it's not. Tucker's over there. Luna's right there. Artie's back sleeping on the bed. All right, let's talk about some stuff. Hi, Jessica. Good day to you. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I was thinking about that today. How many Heyoka, what they do in the sun, from what I was told in the sun ceremony is that we're the contrarian. We get people to that are on steadfast on their course, on their path, to look at things different so that they can make sure that they're on the path that they're supposed to be. That's the purpose that we serve in life, is all the things that you're oh so certain of. Okay, you're so certain of. Here's some food for thought. And then they're given other things to think of, and then it obliterates what they've always believed in. And, well, they don't like when you do that, so I'm not very well received. That's why my tube will always be tiny, because I don't know who's talking to me, or who I'm talking to out there. I don't know who I'm talking to out there. The way people receive information from me, they take it on as like badges of honor. And I don't know which stuff it is, but it's like they identify with things that I say, Ma, and then they get mad at me for saying things, because they identify with the negative connotations of the things that I say. So evidently, if I talk about dumb, fat, and lazy, then they think I'm talking to them, but I'm not talking to them, because I don't even know who the fuck they are. You know, but since like attracts likes, I will never be warmly and welcomely received, because there ain't a lot of people like me on this planet, and I'm just fine with that. I'm okay with that. I don't want to be like them anyway. Nope, don't want to be like them one bit. made some notes. There's some subject matter I meant to talk about yesterday, and I totally spaced. In the spirit of the story continuing, and that is last we left off, I'd been looking for Mom's cousin, Betty Romero, and I've tried to join groups, Questa, Ancestry, you know, saying my mom was born with 2 club feet, she was put in an orphanage in 1950, all this stuff, and they denied my request to join. So I'm like, all right, that's great. And then through Ancestry, we found out that Betty Romero's Mom's first cousin, and maybe she knows something of Mom's parents, because she and Mom are about the same age. They look alike. It's a trip. And so, and I tried to message her a couple years ago when we moved here and never heard nothing. And the landlord where we moved from here, the place that we lived, where the place that we moved from to the place we live now, she knew, the lady even knew freaking Betty, because she grew up in Cuesta. And so her dad was best friends with Betty's husband, right? So I'm like, all right, God, we're this close, I know if when you want me to know, the truth will be revealed. I get it. It's always been like that. Now it's not any other different. This time ain't any other different. So, a couple days ago, or a few days ago, I joined this other ancestor. It was like Taos history and genealogy or something, and I tried to, I joined. And it's weird because I got a notification that said I was denied, that my request was denied. And I was like, well, all right. It's just another, somebody designating who can do what, and I'm always designated out for one reason or another. They never tell me why. It's just stupid. So, I posed a question. I put the question out there, put a little background out there, and all these people got all butt hurt. Oh, you're not supposed to put personal, all this stuff. I'm like, dude, I don't even read your stupid rules and guidelines. Frankly, I'm here for a reason, and when I'm done, I'll be done. And I got the questions. And then somebody saw Betty Romero in there, and saw her name, and then reached, and it was her brother, I think, Adrian Cisneros. And so I said, and so we took it offline, and then I heard from her an instant message yesterday. I heard from Mom's cousin Betty, and Betty Romero, and Mom even recognizes the name. So that's a trip. And her brother Adrian. And I messaged, I just was, I got to do this stuff in increments. I can't just, my energy letter, man, this stuff is just all so trippy to me. Because they're down in Albuquerque. We're in Hondo. I mean, they're like, we ain't going down there anytime soon. So, whatever. Maybe if they want to come up here and meet us, visit, whatever. That's cool. Whatever. But, so I haven't talked to him yet. I did get a real excited phone message from him last night about 10 o'clock. Oh, I know she's my sister. And I was like, what? But I haven't talked to him yet. He'd been drinking a little bit, so he was all fired up, excited, in the spirits. So I'll wait and call him later on today. The story unfolds. But I called today's talk facial recognition and how looks matter, because there's a lot to it, man. I feel for people that don't know, that haven't grown up around, people that they're related to. Just seeing people in the faces of others, it's freaking breaks my heart, because people like what reminds them of them. And so when they see themselves in other people, it's kind of a welcoming camaraderie. It's people are more warmly received. I remember, I don't know, it was like National Geographic PBS years ago or something. I don't remember where I heard it from, but there was a thing that when babies are born, and it's all different kind of animals, it's not just human beings, but it's like it's stuff like that. there's this thing that happens where the baby looks like the dad. So the dad is more inclined to be like, oh, you are like, you are mine. So it's more, they bond better, right? Because there's a lot of animals in nature and stuff that if there's like a baby, another baby boy that's born, it looks at it as a threat, and so it'll just eat it. Their own kid. Just depends on their planets, if they got that freaking, what was it, Hercules ate all of his kids? Was it Hercules? Or I get them all mixed up because I've heard so many stories for so long. But, these people, these gods that have existed, in all kinds of different capacities for longer than anybody can ever even comprehend. And then people have these characteristics in them like these gods, and then they act out to learn their lessons in life. Every life lesson I learned in life, hard one, is taking my ego down a little bit more. I did it the other day on a group. Is that I thought my comment got removed, and I was like, F this, censorship and stuff like that, and threw a tantrum and freaking left. And then later I was like, you acted like an ass. But I left the group anyway, so at least they don't ever have to deal with me ever again. What else? So, yeah, facial recognition matters, man. It makes people comfortable. Look, I was telling Mom this morning, I said, look how many people in the world are married to people that look like them. Right? And then they're like, their birthdays are close. They're literally, that's like the epitome of fucking yourself, pretty much. Really? It's just, I don't know. That's like, I don't know. How much can you love yourself to freaking be with someone that's just like you? How much do you gotta love I got too much of me. All day, every day, I got too much of me. I like people that are opposite, that are different than me. I like similarities, but differences are cool. They can be. Everybody is going around designated that I can only like them if this person and that person, if they're like this and they're like this, because people are given all this criteria of what is good and what is bad and who is good and what is not, and this is right and this is not, and people have their perceptions skewed because they're not listening to their own discernment. They're not listening to their own hearts, and which is for them. More people were into astrology, they could understand that different people have different streaks in different areas. But everybody's trying to put freaking everybody in the same category in this place, and in this country, on this planet, and everybody just do what this group tells you to do, and the group freaking is all about do as I say, not as I do, and it's making everything nutty. So we're going to see a lot more tantrums in the world. A lot more, all ages. For all kinds of reasons. Everybody's getting more sensitive. It's happening. I've been waiting for it for 4 years, and now it's happening. Everybody's getting more sensitive. It doesn't matter the color of their skin, their ethnicity, it doesn't, none of that stuff matters. What's going to matter is who's going to have emotional control and be able to calm themselves down in a time where people are going to really need it, or someone's going to get hurt or killed, because that's going to happen more and more too. Because hey, us that don't have guns, we should just accept it, right? Just accept it. There's a Second Amendment, and based on that, because the Second Amendment all the other nut jobs that freaking we just accept all that because it goes with it. Because when you get the right to own guns, then you get all the other crap that goes with it. All the people that get them unlawfully. All the and then the people that use them to do nefarious things. That's okay. It's okay because you got the Second Amendment right, so we're okay with all that other shit, right? We'll just accept it. We just accept. If I walk into a bank or I walk into a grocery store and some dumbass fucking junkie fucking drunk has a gun and wants more of his sick fix, but he don't want to do nothing to work for it because his mommy and daddy bought him Jordans when he was little and told him that he could do whatever he wanted, and that's okay because he doesn't ever have to discipline himself. He doesn't ever have to stop himself. He can just go around do it, and this is where he ends up. So, I just take care of my mom. I walk into a grocery store, a guy with the gun, and then now I got to get a can of soup and put him out of my misery. Right? I didn't do nothing. These other people didn't do nothing, but that's okay because the Second Amendment exists. So we'll just accept all the other shit that goes with it because of that. Right? Fucking retarded, dude. Where I live, I got these pictures the other day. I think I'm going to put it on Twitter. I got these pictures the other day. It was Monday, 11/24. Look at the state, look at the county cars that they get in Taos, New Mexico. Roads are shit, infrastructure shit, fucking people can't pay for fucking food, they can't pay for, but they get, right? Oh, and if you can't see it, let me zoom in. That's what it says right there. It says Taos County. It's 11:24 in the morning. Yesterday, which is Tuesday. Here's old girl that was driving the car. Here she is. It's her POV. It's just, she just got to go get some stuff for her, doing time on the company dime. Spending your own personal time doing is this for the office? Are these snacks for the office? You guys got a petty cash box of funds allowed so that you could fucking clearly stuff your fucking faces? Too many fucking chilies and tortillas, not enough hard work. I'm sick of it, dude. I'm gonna start going to these city hall meetings and I just don't understand. How is this okay? Because I did everything that they told me to do. Marge, stay fit, or we'll kick you out of the military. Fat men telling me to stay fit or they're gonna kick me out. You're gonna get fired. You're gonna lose your job. You're gonna lose your security. You're gonna lose it all if you can't keep that spoon out of your mouth. And now I am 1 year out from being 50 years old. And where are those sergeants? Where are those sergeants now? They are living on their compounds. Fat. Dumb and stupid. Did they go to college? No. I went enlisted strictly to go to college so I could learn that the college system is entirely bullshit, only to serve more clubs and more groups. You know what's funny about nepotism? Is that I got the right blood. My brother has worked for the state of California in a legal capacity, 15 years. Office of parole. So all those people that are locked in cages, he has a good fucking life. And he hasn't wanted to help me or mom or embrace us and welcome us in his good fucking life. He has a good life from men, a lot of men that didn't even do the deed that they're locked up for. Because they're locked up in cages. See? Now, if he was cool, and if he would have helped, maybe I wouldn't be talking about all these shitty systems. But because I have been chewed up. Fuck you, Marge. My people would tell me, I'm going to help you by not helping you. That's what we're going to see. We're going to see a lot of people that are really scared because they can't take care of their families. They can't feed their kids. They don't know what to do. When their kids are like, I'm hungry. And they're just like, I know, and I can't do anything for you. But there's people in fucking Congress that make over $200,000 a year. And they're sending $1 trillion to a fucking place that is fucking full of perverts and scumbags and pedophiles. And it has nothing to fucking do with this anyway. While our own people are starving and dying in the streets, and we're going to get more of it because people are scared and they're going to get backed in a corner. See, I had the choice to go and follow my fear, and I chose my faith. I chose to walk with God. God, I know you're going to take care of us. You always have. You're not going to fail us now. You're not going to forsake us now. I know that you're guiding and directing our lives. I understand that. I don't know how. I just keep telling me the direction I'm supposed to go. We end up in a fucking Royal Hondo, New Mexico from Salem, Oregon, only to find out mom's first cousin was raised 10 miles from where we are in a place called Cuesta that I thought was a junior college outside San Luis Obispo. That's Cuesta College. So I had these little inklings and then we end up, I mean, come on. If that ain't freaking real life content, but then I get shit in my feed, recommendations like this quite frankly and stuff, and quite frankly or whatever, and I go listen to him and I see all this stuff in his background, all the toys he has. Did your wife let you buy that stuff, or do you just go out and do it and let her know what you've done? You know what I mean? What are you doing for other people? What have you done? You putting hammocks in kids' hands that are homeless? What are you doing? Or are you donating money for other people to do that, or to put other people to put their logos on their vans and drive around and say we care, but the profits are going in their pockets? Because I see that every day, all day, every day. Misappropriations of funds, man. All day, every day. So we're gonna see people more throwing more tantrums. That's okay. I'm kind of a tantrum whisperer. Cause I can understand why people are having the behaviors that they're having. I can understand that a response that somebody is having at 27 years old can be based on something that happened when they were 2 or 3 years old. I can understand that, and I can, get there quick. I get there quick. What is your trouble? What's the trouble? First of all, you're in a heightened state. You're up here. You need to come down here. So first, get them in their breathing. You see having somebody have a meltdown? Don't just fucking record it. Get with them. Bring them. They are someplace else. They are in the ethers. You need to bring them to the present. Hey! Don't smack them. Hey! If you gotta, do yourself, whatever. Hey! Focus on me. Look at me. Get their breathing regulated. It's the first thing you do to get people to control their emotions and stop allowing their emotions to control them. This is good info, folks. We're going to need this more and more. And for those that are on the outskirts, where's the person? Prayer warriors. How come I never once seen this happen in all the fucking active live shooting? Never once have I seen one person, all the Christians and all the land and all the denominations of all the declarations that God is Lord and He is my Savior and blah, la, 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 right? Where are the people standing up and saying, God, I ask you here now, God, hold this young person. Show them love, God. Show this person that is armed, that wants to cough hard, God. Show them love. Embrace them. Scoop them right now, God. Show them what it is like to feel your love so that they won't want to cause harm like this anymore. Where are all these people? I'm a tantrum whisperer. I just don't like using these tools that I've been given. See, because there weren't a lot of people that even tried to calm me down in my life. So I had to learn how to soothe myself, to calm down myself, to teach myself emotional control. Because I get so full of freaking anger and rage and discontentment and just being plain just unsatisfied. It just all percolates and it bubbles up and I just don't know what to do with it. And a lot of people, they hit things. They kick the dog. They hit their wives, their loved ones. They drank. They all do all this stuff. You know what helps with that stuff? Talk about the stuff that makes you mad. Talk about the stuff that hurts your feelings. If you're around people that laugh at you, find new people to be around. If you're telling people what the behaviors that you don't like, that how to be treated, and then they turn around and treat you that way, spend more time by yourself. When people care about themselves, they show up in the world different. We're going to see more and more people showing up in the world real ugly because they don't care about themselves. They get paid a lot to say that they care. So they're going to keep saying that they care, but their actions are not going to be in alignment with their words. I encourage people, start listening to yourself more. Test yourself out. Listening to your own discernment. I got my own tricks, like my own. There's some people, I'm not going to say the name, but there's some people that every single person that I have met that has this specific name is a complete and total utter douche. Complete D-bag. They might have some redeemable qualities, but the fucking negative in them outweighs the good. So whenever I meet somebody that has this name and they tell me, I'm just like, fuck that, I'm out. No. Take care, be well. Maybe it would be different with you. And then they start showing me who they are and I'm like, yeah. It's a vibrational frequency. Yeah, it is. Since everybody is so freaking adherent and everybody is so versed in frequency and everybody's talking vibrational frequency, I break it down and to help people understand like what it really means. It's not just a word. Frequency. Are you the same vibe? What are you turning into? What are you receiving? What kind of data are you getting? Is your data that you're receiving telling you to freaking be a service to others or to live solely for yourself? And how are you living that out? I got to ask myself these questions every single day. So I was thinking, where I live, it's a freaking comedy show, man. Just watching the way people act is just so funny. I told the landlord the other day, I said, I'm not letting the dogs use the front yard, go to the bathroom. I'm taking them out the back door now. We go down the ramp. It's kind of, it's whatever, it's better. So, but they have dogs that are all around. So they like let the gate, oh yeah, dog, she's not, notice she's not letting the dogs out anymore, so then my dogs can use the front yard. I also tell the landlord that I will not be picking up in any shit in the front yard at all anymore, at all. And she's like, good, that's the stuff I need to be hearing about, right? She's an Aries, she's receptive to this, it's cool. Thought she was a Pisces, I found out she was an Aries, so it's like, all right, cool, so we're, and we have a lot of the same principles. When there's a problem, you take care of it, right? That's why she was so quick about fixing the hot water heater, and I respect that from her, and that's why I want to keep showing up to being a good tenant for her. And then so she's like, okay, that's cool. This is the stuff I need to hear about. I said, all right, good. And then so I said, we're in agreement. And then so today I noticed the gates are closed. And there's like a brick in front of the gate. So now she doesn't want her dog to come in anymore if nobody else is going to pick up after it, right? Right? And then I see this is how people are with their children, right? It's like they party. I call them the buzzards because they're up all night drinking and then sleeping it off half of the day, and then you find them productive a couple times a week when they're feeling good. But it's few and far between, the buzzards. and so, cause she's like plants flowers and stuff like that. But I mean, I would even let her use my new handy water thing but I don't know. She don't want to know me either. She don't want to know me. People don't want to know me. So I fucking leave them alone. Whatever. So, what else? Oh, so the dogs, and then, so I look out this morning and it was 11:11. I get out and, Or I look out the window and the dog's in the front yard. I was just like, so I take a picture of the dog, right? Because every time the dog's in the yard, I'm going to take a picture of the dog. So if she says that the dog's never in the yard, I here's the receipt of the dog always being in the yard. But that's what she does is she just opens the door. She just opens the door and lets the dog run out. There's a very busy. I'm gonna be pissed at her if I have to go out, or God forbid worse, I have to witness her dog getting hit by a fucking car because all she does, and then she'll go back to bed and sleep it off more or whatever. And she don't pay attention to where the dog goes, what the dog is doing. The dog just has, and so many people do this with their dogs. They do it with their kids. It's like, I guess they'll learn. Well, I guess you'll learn if your dog gets hit by it and killed. You're not going to cry about it though, right? Because, I mean, you let your dog run around by a street and it chases after motorcycles and stuff like that. Then you can't ever be surprised if your dog comes up dead from the behaviors that kills dogs, right? I mean, there's like 2-3 times that the dog's right. It's a puppy. It's 7 months old. It doesn't think, this is where I live. I need to stay here. It doesn't have a boundary. It just thinks, I live on planet Earth. I can go whatever I want. It follows a scent. It takes off. It's not thinking about where it lives and how, markers and how to get back. It's following a scent. And then that's how dogs get lost. But if you don't fucking care, I guess it just makes it I don't understand that even thinking. Like, I love my dogs. I would not. There's coyotes. There's packs of dogs. There's things around here that kill dogs. There's people that don't go out where I live. You don't go out at night because the wild. It's not for the tame. Sun goes down. The earth turns over to wild things. So unless you want to step up to the wild, and the dog cowers at fucking everything. I'm like, go home and it's like pissing on itself, showing me. I'm like, dude, don't be afraid of me. Just go home. It's just, but they do that with their kids too. I live in New Mexico. There was a post this morning. It was pretty funny. I love this shit. It cracks me up. Let's see. There was, where is it? The post. A new business owner in Albuquerque may throw in the towel before her business even gets going, and she blames thieves. A new Albuquerque boutique hit by thieves 3 times in the first 3 weeks of business, right? So I said, if only there were groups of people that were designated solely to stop crime. You can't call the police and the police come anymore. I don't know how it is where other people live, but it's been like that when I lived in Oregon, and now it's like that in New Mexico, and it was like that in Omaha. So what? What are people supposed to do? What are people supposed to do? There's all these rules, regulation, policies, and procedures put in place so you have the law-abiding citizens going through fucking hoops and doing this and doing that and getting told no. I listened to a video story this morning about a guy, because I've been talking about the land grab for years. The government, if they want your land, if somebody that thinks they're really powerful wants anything from you, they'll fucking take it, including your life. Okay? Anything. They want your essence, if they want your flowers, they'll fucking take that too. There's so many scoundrels that don't have any discipline. They just go around doing whatever they want. So we're gonna see. So what, are people gonna freaking ward these off, or are they just gonna let these scumbags take over the earth? Because the way I'm seeing it, scumbags are freaking $10,000 suits everywhere running the earth. So the land grab, they do. If they want your shit, they'll take it. So I don't know why people are so concerned about identity theft and all this stuff, you know? If somebody wants to wreck your life, if you're that big, so there are people out there that live to just ruining people's lives. It's what they do. It's fun. They get their rocks off. A lot of them are military members. Killing people in places we had no business being in. So, I took a picture. I listened to this video this morning. It was like a news story that the county or the city has put in on this guy around this. They're trying to get this guy to get out. To get out, right? And so you get these people, and they're like, okay, this is what we'll do. Because there's rules, regulations, policies, and procedures, so we're going to go around these and just make life so unbearable for this guy. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the black is his property, I believe. God, this is going to drive me crazy. The black is his property, I believe. All of those they're cow crossings. And they made it really narrow so he can't even use his own roads to get his equipment around there. And then it's this total clusterfuck. So you got this group that says, we need to designate all of this money to do this thing. And the thing is only to inconvenience one person. And then they go around and then they say, we can do this because we're the city or we're the county or we're the state, or don't you know who we are? You know, and then they put a law in the books, you know, supporting what they want to do. So they said, we're within the constraints of the law. Your laws are stupid. Take a lot of these laws off. You know, they're like, people can't live in, you know, it's like you got these people that can't do anything else. So they just think of ways to control others. And if they had any viable skills, you know, aside from controlling people, and if you look at them, you want to see these people that are so into controlling things, look in their life, where they can't manage it, where they can't control it. Usually it's their kids or it's their spouse or something like that, like infidelity, or they're just, you know, that's like, oh my God, I know how this is how this is, but I just can't, you know, and rather than remove and have a better life and do something, cut yourself from that grossness, they just stay in it, and then everybody else gets to freaking live in the byproduct of the control freak's fear. It's fun. Anyway, I think that's about all I got for now. I got some errands to do. I'm gonna go. I don't like being gone for very long, so I'm just liking to sticking close to home. So I'm going to take a couple dogs out, walk around, and then I'm going to go run, do my chores, and then get back to the homestead. That's what I got for now. Thanks for hanging out if you did. If not, hope you have a